Trying to find my way, 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 trying to find my way. I'm trying, change me.
My faith is in God alone, beyond a reasonable doubt. This brainstorm pouring rain on your season of drought. Just trying to lay a couple seeds in the mouth. Thanks for listening. You ever get the feeling you was missing?
What up, y'all? It's your hometown hero, Scott Lane, the Black Bruce Wayne, a.k.a. the real Adam Coleman. So, you riding with Tru-ID. We actually got another hometown hero in the building with us today. Brother from around the way, here from VA. Y'all see the rhyme skills right there, right? You see what I did there. Anyway, this brother, I've known him for, quite some time, man. I mean, definitely one of the most solid brothers I know. He's going to share with us, a little bit of the work that he's putting in for the kingdom. And I really I hope and believe that it, inspires some folks out there to get your hands dirty and make a difference in the world around you, man. Y'all know I'm all about Christian apologetics. But the way I see it, service with compassion is what we might call action apologetics. Right? I think I might be the first person to use that term. So if y'all hear it somewhere else, you heard it here first. But anyway, one time for your mind, I got my dude Sinai with us on the line. How you doing there, brother?
Yo, what's good, brother, man? I'm good, bro. How you doing?
Hey, I'm doing great, man. It's good to have you on here, bro.
Man, I'm excited to be up here, man. We've been trying to do this for a minute, man, so I'm excited to be up here.
Yeah, man. Honestly, man, I thought you might have been ducking me, man, because I think the last time I really saw you is when you had come through. I know you have a business where you do a lot of work on homes and stuff like that. You came through, did some work on my bathroom, and it was like the most horrendous, difficult job ever. Trying to pull up all that rotted wood and with that. I thought you was done with me, man. I thought you was ducking me, bro.
I was, but my wife kind of caught me into it. So that's why we're here now. Thanks to my wife.
We here now. There you go, man. I still feel bad about that, but tell people who you are, man, and kind of what you got going on there, bro.
Well, as my brother said, man, I'm Christian rap artist from Norfolk, Virginia. I'm a part of a label called Renaissance Movement Music. So we also have two other artists. We have Legin, who is the founder of Renaissance, and then we have our brother Focus. He came on about 9 or 10 months ago. So God has really been doing some amazing things, man, and blowing our mind. And it's just an honor to be a part of what God is doing.
Definitely. That's what's up, man. That's what's up. Now, I mean, like I said, I've known you for a while, man, and I know some of your testimony. Now, from what I understand, you got into, I guess, music in general, more so through, like, battle rap. Is that right? You was kind of, like, on that battle rhyme tip. Okay, okay. So how did you make that transition from, battling to, doing gospel rap? Like, how did that happen?
Well, I kind of got threatened by my mom to get into it.
You got threatened by who?
I got threatened by my mother.
Okay, all right.
Yeah,
all right.
So what happened was, when I first started rapping, I thought I was a gangster rapper. And so I was trying to kill people and do this and rob people and stuff like that, and even though I wasn't living that stuff. Okay. My mother found one of my notebooks with all my lyrics in it. And so she sat me down on the couch and she said, "Hey, Jermaine, found your notebook. Don't like what I'm seeing in it. So if you're going to live in this house and you're going to rap, it's going to be Christian rap." Oh. And so she handed me some cassette tapes. They were cassette tapes then. They weren't even CDs yet. She handed me some cassette tapes of some rappers, Christian rappers, actually. I didn't know it was a thing. And so the first Christian rap group that I heard was A1 Swift.
Oh, okay. A1 Swift. All right.
Yeah.
Shout out to A1 Swift.
A1 Swift. First group I heard.
That's crazy. The first cats I heard doing gospel rap, man, was DC Talk, brother. I'm going way back to like 94. You know what I'm saying?
Down with the DC Talk.
Yeah, exactly.
Down with the DC Talk. Oh yeah, we had that cassette tape too.
Right. Yeah, definitely. Yeah, exactly. The tape. Exactly. So mom basically was regulating on you, and that's how you end up getting into this gospel rap thing, man. That's crazy, yo. I never heard that story. I didn't realize that. Yeah. So how long have you been doing it?
Oh man, I would say about 16 years, man. It's been a while.
Wow. Now we got a lot to talk about, man. Cause there's a lot going on in the Christian hip hop community nowadays.
Yes,
and,
sir.
You know, a lot of things have changed, you know what I mean? But, you know, we're going to get back to that. We're going to get back to that, right? So, you know, you're a fellow Virginian. You know what I'm saying? You hit from VA, so, you know, I always got to shout my peoples out. You know what I mean? 2 up, 2 down, definitely, all day. You know, and I saw you, you know, recently, man, you got this new video out with The Truth, man. And, yo, when I saw that joint, I'm like, yo, my dude is doing his thing, bro. How did that come about, man? Talk to me on that joint, man. How did that happen?
Well, it's funny, man. We when we started working on this project, the Safe House project, we were sitting down one day and just dreaming. You know, just dreaming about who we wanted to work with and who we wanted to get on, if it were possible. And so we made this really, really long list, a really, really long list of people that we were dreaming to work with and stuff. And so we got it to our publicist, who was Josh Saminsky from Fear of Hip Hop. We got it to him, and he hit us back and said, "This list needs to be shortened." so we shortened it, and The Truth was one. And so Josh Saminsky, our publicist, was reaching out to people because he has a lot of contacts just in the industry in itself.
Nice.
So he kind of sent out a shotgun blast and was reaching out to different people, and people were responding. People that we didn't even expect to hear from.
Really?
People were responding, and so it was real cool because we were like, oh snap, these people, you know. So they were asking for music and stuff. So we were sending them a couple different tracks. We had to wait for a while to send the music because we were still kind of in the beginning dreaming stages. So we didn't have any references to send people yet. So we really had to get on the grind. But what's funny is that in that sovereignty of God is, had the album come out when we wanted it to, which was within the first quarter of 2017, Truth wouldn't be on it right now. Because he responded late. And so, well, later than we anticipated, getting responses and reference tracks to everybody and things like that.
Right.
And so we heard back from him. He said, hey, yeah, I would love to be a part of it and things. And so we sent him some reference tracks, and he said, refugee, man. And I was thoroughly surprised, in fact.
That's crazy. So True was on that CP time and then finally hit y'all back. Come on, Truth. Come on, man.
my man out there busy, bro. He grinding, man. He grinding.
Yeah,
so.
no doubt, man. So, you know, for a brother like yourself, man, like, you know, you've been doing this for a while, and, you know, to reach this level where you're doing music on a larger scale, like, kind of, how's it feeling for you right now? You know, kind of, where's your mind at?
To be honest, from the inside out, it doesn't even feel like we're doing anything major. It just feels like we're doing what we've been doing. God is just blowing it out of, you know, blowing it out the water. Because we have people coming to us like, oh man, y'all are everywhere. Y'all are doing great. Y'all doing this and killing them. And we're like, really? We didn't know.
Right.
So it's like we're not immediately seeing a lot of the fruit. We're just kind of putting stuff out there and trusting God with the results. And we're seeing a lot of fruit and getting a lot of feedback from it. So it's what we've been doing before, just on a larger scale. But then again, we see how God's hand is all over it. You know, even in our mistakes and our flaws and our lack, you know, and everything, God's sovereignty is opening crazy doors, man. And so it feels great to know that we're in the will of God, what we're doing, and that we're not just trying to do this just because it's something cool to do, but that this is something that God has actually called us to.
Right. Now that's very interesting, man, because I kind of felt the same way, like when I started getting into apologetics, like God was opening up doors that there's no way that, you know, like my own activity, you know what I'm saying, would have opened these things up. It's just, you know, things that's kind of obviously falling into place outside my ability to make it happen. So that's definitely dope, man. That's definitely dope. Well, it couldn't happen to a better person, man. I mean, you know, you're definitely a solid guy, genuine dude. I know you live in the life and doing what you got to do, you know, for your family and just as a brother in Christ. So it's definitely awesome to see, you know, how God is moving with y'all, man. And you know, so yeah, I want to talk about that song a little bit, Refugee. Kind of take us into, you know, the inspiration of that song, and then we'll kind of get into, you know, the meat of what we really want to talk about here.
Well, the inspiration of the song came from the premise of the entire Safe House album. And one of the premises of the Safe House album is everybody needs a safe house. Mm-hmm. You know, we're doing it for some kids over in South Africa in the natural sense because they're in danger of being sold or, you know, into sex slavery. Elementary age kids. It's crazy.
Come on, man.
Oh my gosh, I don't even want to get into it. I get upset kind of every time I talk about it because it's ridiculous that people are doing this to these little kids. But anyways, so the inspiration behind it was everybody needs a safe house. And so when we saw the whole refugee crisis, we kind of been following along with that for a while and just seeing some of the images online and seeing some of the stories and things and even watching some YouTube videos of some refugees. And we see how people are putting their life on the line to seek security, to seek peace and rest, you know, and safety. And so we kind of saw a parallel between that and what we do as Christians in our everyday life, especially in places where Christianity is being outlawed. People are putting their lives on the line because they're being promised a place of peace, a place of rest and security with God in eternity. And so everybody is a refugee in that sense, where we all need a place of safety and security. And so we didn't want to make it look like this was just a problem over there. This is a problem with them. But this is a universal problem. Wow. And so we're trying to show people that, hey, you're not alone in this. We can relate to you. Maybe not in the same sense, but we can relate to you knowing that we also needed a place of safety and security. And we found it in Jesus. And so regardless of what they're facing over there with the sex slavery and the risk of being kidnapped and sold and everything, that their safety and security is in Jesus. And so we wanted to encourage them, but also inspire others to let them know the same thing.
Wow, man. Amen, bro. Amen. Now you say over there. I know at least a couple of times that fairly recently you went to, I want to say it was South Africa. Is that right?
Yeah, we went to South Africa first week of July.
Gotcha.
And we went to Kenya. We went to Kenya June 22nd.
Oh, for real?
Yeah.
Okay,
yeah.
I've been to Kenya. What part were you in?
We were in Nairobi.
Okay, got you. Okay, yeah, we flew into Nairobi and then we went to Nakuru. Okay, got you. So you've come face to face with some of these things. Like, have you, had experiences or come across people, like the type of folks that inspired this song here, like, some of the sex slaves or maybe some people who've been freed from it or anything like that? Is that kind of,
Oh, most definitely.
Okay.
Most definitely. It's amazing because the reason that we started doing the Safe House Project is because last year, in April of 2016, Renaissance went with my church on a missions trip to South Africa. My first time out of the country. And we have a relationship with an orphan care center called Kiris Global. And so they have an orphan care center over there. Two women who had careers as professors, as college professors, gave up their careers, moved to South Africa to plant an orphanage. And so they brought us over there. We were working with the kids, with the orphans, and going to some of the schools and just, putting on assemblies for the kids. And we were just working with them every single day. They get help with their homework. They get fed. They get love and affection that they might not get when they get home. And so that's what they go there for. We were serving there. And so before we had left last year, we asked them, what's next for you guys? And they told us that they really, really need a safe house. So that's when we started finding out about the whole sex trafficking thing was last year. And so we came back and we were like, oh, well, okay, yeah, that's sad. We're going to pray for that. So we figured that we're going to come back to the States, pray about it. Somebody else is going to step in and do something miraculous, and God's going to bless it and change the world. We had no idea that God was going to call us to do it.
Right.
Because we got back and none of us could shake it. We were all like, oh, my God, we need to do something. So we actually did a documentary about our trip to South Africa last year. It's called Beyond Borders. It's on YouTube and it's on our website and everything. Gotcha. And so we come out just doing a song about sex trafficking and giving it out for free, just to raise awareness. That turned into, okay, well, how about we just do, a couple, like an EP, to go along, like to do a soundtrack for the Beyond Borders documentary. And then God turned that into an entire album where 100% of the proceeds is going to build the safe house. So,
so this album that you came out with, the Safe House joint, the one where with the song "When the Refugees," all the proceeds are going towards the safe house.
100%. We signed over our royalties. We signed over all the money for the sale. Every sale that we get, we're touring and everything and traveling places, and we're any money that's coming in for the album is going to the safe house.
I didn't realize it, man. Listen, bro, seriously, yo. Now, I don't want to get too far off on a tangent, but like there's a lot of things going on in the Christian hip hop community. I don't fault anybody for feeding their family off of doing gospel rap, but that right there, bro. All the proceeds going towards something like that serious, man, like, and just really touching somebody where their need is. That's real ministry right there, bro. I mean, that's as real as it gets, man. That's real as real as it gets. And I think about, in my experience, and I can maybe ask you as well. Like, I know when I was in Africa back in like 2004 or so, I mean, that was my first time, being in the African continent and just, really seeing and it's not to say that every last aspect of Africa is like this, but, just the real poverty-stricken areas that we were in, man, seeing like real poverty. I can honestly say it really was a life-changing experience. It just puts things in perspective in such a way where you just really... I was like, man, I'll never complain about taxes again. You know what I'm saying? I'll never complain about, because it's just when you put things in perspective, man, and I'll never forget, just some of the people that we met and hearing their stories and things like that, man, it's just really powerful. Like, is that kind of what you experienced as well? Like, kind of when you arrive back home, does it kind of feel like you were in a different world, so to speak? And like you just, like, kind of describe that a little bit.
It definitely felt like we were on another planet. That close to us. I mean, it was an 18-hour flight, but that close to us, there's a dynamic difference in the economy and the resources that people are being given. Or people that they have access to. For instance, our poverty over here is nothing like their poverty over there.
Sure.
The reason why I say that is because we have a means and resources to get what we need. Even there's some people where circumstances differ, and some people don't have access to a lot of the things that we should. But over there, they don't even have a means to it. The entrepreneurial spirit over there is amazing because they figure, I can't get it through the government. They know this. I can't get it through the government. I can't get it any other way other than to go out there and try to make money. So they turn everything into a business. I mean, we met a lady. She had to be 70-something years old. She walks around picking up plastic bottles to turn them in to recycle them. Right. That's how she makes her money.
Right.
That's one of her jobs. Another one is she does laundry for people. She does laundry for people, kind of like a dry cleaning service.
Sure.
And so they turn anything into a business to make money so that they don't starve.
Wow, man.
And it's just amazing to see the grind that they have because they understand that there's no other way that they can get it outside of God's provision.
Right, definitely. Definitely. So, so this safe house, so I guess, is this in the process of being built, or like kind of where is it and where are you guys in the project now?
Well, I'm glad you asked.
Okay, all right.
We are in the process. We have we've acquired the land already.
Oh, okay.
And we have contractors that are ready. Mm-hmm. Of course, we have some things to do as far as like acquiring the land so that we can start building and things. We have to kind of go through the government and stuff, and that takes about 6 months. So we are looking to start building top of 2018, and to possibly have it in place by March.
Really?
2018, yes.
I mean, so what exactly is the safe house? So this is a place where it's like a secure location kind of a thing, or like what does that entail there?
Yeah, well, the safe house is kids that come to the orphan care center when they come and let people know that, hey, they're in a dangerous situation where they could be kidnapped and sold, or they could be sold by one of their uncles or another family member or something. they will put them in a safe house, and it's kind of a transitional home to kind of teach them life skills and prepare them to survive on their own.
Okay.
But the crazy thing is, this is how God has been working, bro. We were just talking about doing a safe house, so that's what the album was for.
Mm-hmm.
So our partners, Curious Global, they started reaching out to people and everything as well. And so, with all that being said, it's now going on the same land, 2 acres of land, by the way. It's going to be a safe house, it's going to be a multi-purpose center, and it's going to be a skills training center.
Wow.
All on the land. So it went from, because people are seeing the value in it and getting behind it, it went from a safe house to a safe community.
Wow.
And so they're using that to build up the community and build up the people in the community.
Come on,
and
man.
It is amazing what God is doing, man.
Come on, bro.
Never thought 3 rappers from Norfolk, Virginia will partner with an orphan care center over in South Africa and raising money to build a safe house. Never thought it.
Hey, for everybody out there, please cop this Safe House album immediately, bro. I mean, it's just, you're supporting something that's really touching lives. It's so crazy to me, man. Like, I'm just be real. Like, people are always popping off at the church about how the black church isn't doing anything to, change the community and all this and that. And, you got guys like, Dr. Umar Johnson making a lot of noise, talking about the church doesn't do this, doesn't do that. I mean, and I think it's because we're not giving people these examples of God doing things, and affecting lives. You know what I'm saying?
Yeah.
Changing lives through, just working through everyday folks like yourself, you know what I'm saying, who care, and apply the gospel with compassion to change the world around them. So that's powerful there, man. That's powerful. So now it's not just a safe house, it's a safe community. That's pretty dope. That's pretty dope. That's pretty dope.
Yeah, I told you, man, God will take little, man. When his hand is on something, he'll take little, even as much as an idea, and blow it up bigger than we can ever imagine. But that comes with being in the will of God.
Right.
Well, something that I'm kind of learning now is one of the worst things that you can do is do something for God without God.
Okay.
It is possible to do that. Oh, don't get me started. But that is very possible. We can do all the right things, but if it's not something that He's called us to do, and if His hand is not on it, then a lot of it is futile.
Right. Because
now we're just working tirelessly because what you do for Christ will last.
There you go. Absolutely.
And so it's just a matter of being in His will, knowing what He's calling you to, and being obedient to what He's telling you to do, and not just trying to do something just because it sounds good, or you know what I'm saying. But allowing God to say, "Hey, God, what is it that you have for me?" Not, "Hey, God, this is what I have to do. Bless it."
Right.
Don't get me started with that.
I was gonna let you roll, man. But yeah, I know you gotta get out of here in a second, man. But I had to ask you, man. Being a gospel rapper, you're in that industry, you're in those arenas. There's been a lot going on here, man. Recently in regard to basically like what is Christian hip hop and what is the role of a rapper who professes to be a Christian, and what's too secular, what's too preachy, and this has been an ongoing discussion I think for quite a while. But I granted, since I have you on there, I kind of wanted to ask your thoughts on it to give your perspective, and I'm not going I'm just going to kind of let you say your piece, and then just kind of get your thoughts on it. What are your thoughts about what you're seeing between the different perspectives as to how people need to go about doing this Christian hip hop?
Well, I'm seeing this. Well, I'll lead with this. There are many parts to one body. Mm-hmm. If everybody is trying to hit the same nail, with the same hammer, mm-hmm. you're going to end up injuring somebody. There are many nails needed to nail a board down so that it is secure. But if everybody's trying to go the same way, it is dangerous.
Wow. Okay.
I'll leave with that. But
I see what you did there. Okay, I like that analogy. Okay. Okay.
But there's a flip side to it, though.
Okay.
Anytime that you try to go a different direction, it goes back to what we were just saying. You have to be led by God to do that. And so what I'm seeing people do is a lot of artists are seeing, like for instance, we'll use Lecrae since he's like the frontliner of the change in CHH, whatever.
Sure.
People are seeing what Lecrae is doing and the places that he's being placed in and the accolades that he's accomplishing. They're only seeing the results. And so they're trying to follow behind that without any guidance, direction, or even wisdom.
Gotcha.
And it's just like, oh, I want to be on that platform too. Let me try that. And so what a lot of people are doing is now people are following behind that and lacking wisdom in it. And in turn, they're doing more harm than they are doing good.
I think you're 100% right. That's very interesting. Very interesting.
Yeah. So the state of CHH, man, we are in a very pivotal place, I would say. Because we're either going to go one direction or the other. And what I'm even seeing is division. I'm seeing division in it because the people that feel like, oh, well, you have to do it this way are in this corner. People that say, no, you have to do it this way are in this corner. But people are failing to realize that there is a middle ground. There is a healthy balance to everything. And God is definitely the weight that balances all of that. So the people that are aiming outside the church should not knock people that are working in the church. People that are working in the church should not try to knock the people that are working outside the church, as long as they're doing it in the will of God.
Right.
Matter of fact, my pastor was preaching about Esther this past Sunday. And one thing that he said that, because you know the story about Esther when she became a queen and she was very influential in the temple and everything.
Right.
This is what my pastor said. This is a quote he said. He said, she used her influence in the palace, not in the temple.
Okay.
And so, hearing that kind of gave me some perspective on everything, like the state of CHH and everything.
Right.
So personally, I'm on the side that's not going to compromise the gospel, and I'm not going to stop saying the name of Jesus in hopes that it gets me in these right places.
Okay.
Because as we see with the Safe House Project, I'm trusting that God's going to place us anywhere that we need to be anyways.
Sure.
To do whatever it is that he wants to do.
Sure.
And so I personally don't think that we need to be removing Jesus from our messaging, thinking that's going to get us in these different places.
Absolutely.
You know?
Absolutely.
Because, truth be told, when we get in these places, we're taking Jesus out of our music. When we get in these places, what are we going to offer them then? Is the question.
This is a good question. Very good question.
What are we going to offer them
You're
then?
absolutely right in the sense that I do think that Lecrae often becomes like the poster boy for this move, but really, I mean, we can disagree or agree or disagree about what Lecrae is doing or whatever. But I think what happens is other people who are trying to emulate what he's doing that really kind of make this sort of a tidal wave of, or maybe it's this trend that he kind of gets blamed for. He gets blamed for the totality, which is probably not fair. But very interesting observation there, though. Very interesting. So yeah, with that said, man, I'm gonna let you go ahead and get out of here, bro. But if you just kind of leave out with how can people get in contact with you for booking? How can they buy the album? How can they support Safe House? Just run that down for us, bro. And we'll let you roll out.
Okay. Well, anything involving Safe House is going to funnel through the Safe House website, and that is safehouseproject.org. Safehouseproject.org. Anything you'll be able to follow along to see what the progress we're making with the Safe House and how much money we've raised and the goal and everything. Even follow along to see what we're doing as far as touring around and everything. And because people are bringing the tour, we're kind of touring around, and as we're in these places, we're using them as opportunities to raise awareness. And so people can follow along with that through safehouseproject.org. The label's website, where we do everything that we do, is rmmusic.tv. That's rmmusic.tv. You can see music videos, you can get music, pictures, videos, everything through our website as well. And the album Safe House is available on every digital music outlet that there is. So it's Google Play, iTunes, Amazon. It's also Spotify, Apple Music, everything. Just search Safe House by RMM. Safe House by RMM. You find it. And we're just encouraging people to buy it before you stream it, because the money is actually going to be getting this safe house built for these kids that are in danger.
Excellent. And I ain't gonna lie to you, I'm not ashamed to bootleg the album every now and again. But in y'all's case, I'm gonna make sure I can buy the official joint, because it's definitely going to a worthy cause. I want to encourage all my listeners out, man. This is real gospel work. This is compassion of Christ in action. Definitely want you to contribute to what these guys are doing, man. Hey, Sinai, I appreciate you coming on, brother. And let your man Truth know, but I've been trying to get him on the show for like a year, bro. I need that cat to get with it, dog. I need him to get with it.
Okay, yeah. The amazing thing about being able to work with him was it was far beyond, hey, let's get you on the track, let's do a music video, and it's done. We've been able to build a relationship with him.
Cool.
And everything. So we've been able to exchange numbers with him, and so we text every now and then, just checking in, hey, how you doing, brother, and stuff like that, and just trying to keep that relationship. You know what I'm saying?
Gotcha.
And to make it more than just music.
So I got you on record then. I got you on record that you were the plug, man. You the guy that's gonna get the truth on the show. I'm putting this episode out this week, so that way everybody will know that if the truth is not on Tru-ID, like pretty soon we know who to blame. We know who didn't come through. You know what I'm saying? So, hey man, much respect to you, bro. I'm gonna let go ahead and end out the show. I appreciate you coming on, man. Definitely a solid brother. One of the most awesome dudes I know, man. Real talk. And just for all the listeners out there, man, I wanted this show to really inspire you. Apologetics is not just about information. It's about being a witness for Christ, and that's through actions as well as what we can convey about the Christian faith. Sometimes, actions speak louder than words, man. And when we can show people Christ, that's really what it's about. So, as I always say, I love y'all, man, and that's another episode in the books. Peace.
I am not the only one who needs a secret place to run to. I am not the only one that needs a little hope to hold on to. And what you know about being us, we some refugees. And what you know about being us, we some refugees. What you know about being us, we some refugees. And who'd have thought that all of us were some refugees? Hold on, hold on, your time, come on, hold on, your time, come on.
They might think they run this. They might think they run this, but we know who owns it. They might think they run this, but we know who owns it. They might think they run this, but we know who owns it. They might think they run this, but we know who owns it. I know what it's like to be awake at night and wonder where your father is. School of Hard Knocks taught me, and I couldn't even get a scholarship. I tried to find firm ground for my feet in a pit that was bottomless. Thought I would be good if I just balled like electrolysis. And I done ran plenty times, not in the sense across the city lines. I prefer the life my mom ill-advised. Instead of baptized, I was capsized. Drowning in my own pool of bad lies. Enemies replaced all my allies. It was easier, they didn't chastise. Kill me by satisfying my appetite. Thought that I found security, till they turned around and tried to bury me. Put my mask on, they gym carry me. Now it seems like my peace is scared of me, but God has the best for this refugee, and I believe that He's the only one. Sent His Holy One, His only Son. Only one, so lonely ones can be known as sons.
I am not the only one who needs a secret place to run to.
Let that breathe.
I am not the only one that needs a little hope to hold on to.
Let's go.
What you know about being us, we some refugees. What you know about being us, we some refugees. What you know about being us, we some refugees. Not like all of us were some refugees. Hold on,
Hold up,
hold on,
hold up.
your time,
Your time.
come on. Hold on,
Hold up.
hold on,
Yeah.
your time.
No, let me go. Pocket full of money, $1 million.
but I still got a million problems, and I still got a lot of bags. Missiles fired, so I seek asylum. Boy, I seek asylum in a secret place. High powers wanna keep it silent. Battle plan for the travel ban. Let the planet advance to escape the violence. Got the borders up for the foreigners. Keep them out, they ain't one of us. That's how you make the country great again. So glad God ain't one of us. Man, it's war torn, here to put us fly. Most soul general aside. Pope Cole's medical arrives. Poor souls in the genocide. You an enemy of the state now. We can show you the escape route. Refugees find the silence, take them to the safe house. Safe now, you an enemy of the state now. We can show you the escape route. Refugees find the silence, take them to the safe house. You're safe now, yeah?
I am not the only one, he needs a secret place to run to. I am not the only one that needs a little hope to hold on to. And what you know about being nice, we some refugee. And what you know about being nice, we some refugee. What you know about being nice, we some refugee. And who'd have thought that all of us was some refugees?
They might think they run this, but we know who owns it. They might think they run this, but we know who owns it. They might think they run this, but we know who owns it. They might think they run this, but we know who owns it.